to this class, I will be showing you how to accurately read your tape rule in inches. So here I'll be making an illustration on a detailed way to read your tape. So I'll start by drawing the tape on this paper so that you can see very clearly what I'm trying to explain to you. Alright? So I'm going to illustrate from this paper while you watch me do it. Okay, so now this is my tape. Alright? The distance you have from one number to another whole number is similar to from one number to the other till you get to the end of the tape, which ends at 60 inches. Alright, that is to say the distance you have from the edge of the tape to 1 is same as that which you have from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, and so on until you get to 60. Now, these lines in between the whole numbers are very important. These lines are very important, and this is due to the fact that in one way or the other, while drafting or while taking measurements, your measurements might fall into any of these lines, and if ignored, it will go a long way to affect your feet while drafting. If not paid close attention to, your feet won't be perfectly achieved while drafting. Now, it's very important and key that you know that this is really something you need to pay attention to and get to understand. Yes, this is the mathematical area of fashion designing in pattern drafting. Now, I'm going to illustrate what this tape looks like on the paper. Alright, so you can simply take your tape and count the lines you have between the edge of the tape and 1. Now, the lines we have from the edge of the tape to 1, if counted, now this is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you can count with me while holding your tape, 7, 8. And if you watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the last number makes 1. Please take note that we are working on inches. We are reading inches and not the other side, which happens to be smaller. This other side of the tape that is smaller is read in centimeter. So for the sake of this class, or for the purpose of this class, I'm teaching you how to read your tape rule in inches. For the purpose of this class, I'm teaching you how to read your tape rule in inches. Take note of that, and not in centimeter. So you have to use this part of the tape where you have the numbers bigger, where you have the figures written in bigger form. Okay, so now I've been able to achieve 8 lines from this end to this end. So let's take, this is the beginning of our tape. Let's mark this 0, and this is point 1. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which makes up 1 inch. Now, moving further, let me do further illustration on the lines so that it will be clear to you. So I have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all right, 7, and 8. Now this 8th line is longer, which makes another what? Another whole number, 2. And I'm repeating the same thing right here. And 8. Now this is 3. Now this is how your tape continues until you get to the end of the tape rule. Now, looking at your tape rule, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, which makes it the midpoint of the tape. That's half, the middle of 0 to 1. So let's indicate the middle of the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's indicate the middle of the lines so it can be clearer. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now the simple way to go about reading it is this. Here we have this as 1, we have this as 2, we have this as 3, we have this as 4, we have this as 5, we have 6, 7, and 8. So because each of these lines indicates 1/8, we are simply going to divide multiply each of the numbers by 1/8. So now that we have multiplied 1 by 1/8, the answer will simply be 1/8. That is, 1 times 1 gives us 1, and further gives us 8. We have the 8 still under as a fraction. So once the way to divide, or the simple way to multiply 1 times 1/8 is simply do 1 times 1, which gives us 1. Then you place your 8 underneath, which forms the fraction 1/8. Now moving further, on the second line, you're simply going to do 2 times 1/8. So how do you get 2 times 1/8? You simply do 2 times 1, which gives us 2, which gives us 2/8. For having 2/8, 2 can divide itself once, and 2 can divide 8 4 times. So at this second line, that is 2, you have 1/4. So this gives us 1/4. 3 times 1/8, 3 times 1, then over 8 gives us 3/8. Alright? 4 times 1/8 gives us 4/8. And further dividing 4, you can see that this is 4 and this is 8. 4 divides itself once and 4 divides 8 twice. And that's how we came about this midpoint, which happens to be automatically our ½ inch. Alright? Moving on, 5 times 1/8 gives us 5/8. Sorry, I hope you are watching. This gives us 5/8, and you can see we cannot divide this further, so this remains 5/8. 6 times 1/8 gives us 6/8. Dividing it further, dividing 6/8 further, we have 6/8. 2 goes into 6 3 times, and 2 into 8, we have it 4 times. So we have 3/4, which is referred to as our 3/4. So on the 6th line, you have it as 3/4, which we refer to commonly as 3/4. 7/8, that is 7 times 1/8 gives us 7/8. 8 times 1/8 gives us 8/8. And when 8 divides itself, it does it once. So 8/8 gives us a whole number, which is why we are having 1 inch. So So in summary, this looks quite rough. Let me repeat here. The first line gives us 1/8. The second line 1/4. That is 2/8. When further divided, we have 1/4. That's 2 divide itself and 2 divide 8 4 times. 3/8, which is the third line. We have the fourth line as 1/2, which is meant to be 4/8. But 4 divides itself once and 4 divide 8 twice. So that's why we have 1/2, which gives us our 1/2 inch. Now the next one is 5/8. That is the fifth line. The sixth line is 3/4. Initially we got it as 6/8, but when 2 divides 6, it does that 3 times, and 2 divided by 8 gives us 4. That's why we came about 3/4, which is referred to as 3/4. The seventh line is 7/8, and the last line is 8/8, which gives us a whole number of 1. Now this is a simple way to read the lines in between, and moving on, you continue reading that way. So now that we have 1 inch, you're simply going to continue on this tape as 1/8, 1¼ this is 1¼ which is this, 1/3/8. On the third line you have it as 1/3/8. On the fourth line you have it as 1½ On the fifth line you have it as 1/5/8, that is 1/5/8. On the sixth line, which is this, you have it as 1¾ Alright, on the seventh line you have 1/7/8, and on the eighth line you have another whole number, which is 2. So continuing like that, you can easily navigate yourself through, or you can easily see yourself through reading the tape from one whole number through the lines in between and to the next whole number. So simply try out this method in reading your tape, and note that consistent practicing helps you to become much perfect. So let me just recap. This is 1/8, 1¼ 1/3/8, 1½ 1/5/8, 1/3/4, 1/7/8, and 2. So to do more practices, I will go ahead and give you assignments on how to work on your tape reading and how to become perfect in your tape reading. In doing that, I'm simply going to place a plain paper right here. So in doing this assignment, you can just do this drawing in your plain paper or in your book. Alright, so draw a straight line in your book, just as I have it here, and have another straight line, which happens to be the first line on, that is the edge of your tape. So from there, do 8 lines. Make sure the distance from one line to another is equal to each other. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so do the same thing until you get to about 3 inches or more. So now, to test your ability, 3, 4, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, to test your ability, simply read from A to B. Read from A to B. Test yourself and tell me what from A to B is, and also read what A to C is, and also read from A to D. So you can also go ahead and read from B to C. Read from B to C. Tell me what A to C is. Tell me what D is. So this is an assignment you can keep doing over and over and over again. Task yourself, and with time you get much better in reading your tape. Thank you very much for watching, and let's look forward to the next class.